Finally, our TEA disclaimer. This presentation will provide information based on the work of Pharr-San Juan-Alamo ISD. LEAs may use the information gained during this presentation as they see fit to build their own PFE program based on the needs of their school community. The purpose of the presentation is to provide strategies for LEA to consider. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in the presentation belong solely to the presenters and not necessarily to the Texas Education Agency. TEA does not endorse any of the resources and/or products referenced in the presentation. And now the best part of all my announcements is that I get to welcome today to our expo, Ms. Norma Garza, who is the Family and Community Engagement Director for Pharr-San Juan-Alamo ISD, and Olga Cardoza, who is the Parental Engagement Coordinator for Pharr-San Juan-Alamo. So ladies, I would love to turn it over to you, and everybody welcome our presenters today as they share their ideas and strategies on building family efficacy in technology. Thank you, ladies. All right, Ms. Garza, it is all yours.
Good morning. It's nice to see all of us here today. We really want to share what PSJ is doing, and we welcome whatever strategies, whatever you'd like to implement, or if you need help, you're welcome to call our district. We have our own center where we're at, and we can help all of you. So today, I am Norma Alicia Garza. I am the director of the PSJ Parental Engagement Program, and we go under Family and Community Engagement Program. I've been with the program for 6 years, and I'm going to be presenting also Olga Cardoza, who is our coordinator, and she'll be helping me today, this morning.
Hello and good morning. My name is Olga Cardoza, and I am the District Family and Community Engagement Coordinator. And I would like to welcome each and every one of you, and thank you for being part of our journey this morning.
In our program, we have a director, which is myself. We have a coordinator. I am funded through local funds, and my coordinator's Title I. We also have 6 day site managers who work flexible scheduling because we have literacy centers in our district, and we are open from 8 in the morning until 8:30 at night. We also have 4 night site managers. They work split shift, flexible scheduling, and 25 parent educators who work at campuses, 3 clerks, and 2 community district recruiters who are funded by local, but majority of the funding comes from Title I. I do want to tell you that the idea that stemmed from us having literacy centers was about 7 years ago. We had a superintendent, Dr. Daniel King, who is now retired, but he is the one that did not want elementary campuses. We were building new ones, and he didn't want them to turn like where they would just be there idle and no one would use them. So in designated little cities, because we're 3 cities in one, we designated literacy centers. And he was a blessing to us because he provided for us custodians, he provided for us security guards, and our site managers are case managers. And so they are at the literacy sites day and night, and depending on their schedule. And then we also have, what's important for you to know is that some of them are full-time and they're open, and some of them are connected to a wing at a school. So we have a total of 7 literacy centers throughout the district. Also important for you to know that the superintendent that we have now, which is Dr. Redondo, and you'll hear him in a little bit, he is giving us support because not only is he giving us the money to hire extra people or to be with us, but also he's giving us the support of just supporting our programs and setting aside $100,000 of local funds or Title I funds so that we can go ahead and have South Texas College provide certified teachers to teach our families, to teach our parents. And we'll talk to you about that later. So in our picture, we have our central office, which is located in Pharr. We were supposed to be in central office, but we did not want to be there. We actually are at a center where we wanted to see people come and go. Our offices are located there, and this is in Carnahan, right in the center of the old Pharr, Texas. That's where we're at.
Hello, As the proud superintendent at Pharr-San Juan-Alamo ISD in South Texas, I have the honor to welcome you today. Our PSJ Family and Community Engagement Program is a national model developed to increase significantly the number of parents engaged in their child's education. Through the program, all parents who volunteer at least 10 hours at their child's campus can participate in free continuing education classes offered at parent and community education centers. At these centers, parents are able to learn entrepreneurship skills as well as earn college credit and certifications through partners like South Texas College and the Region 1 Educational Service Center. As their child's first teacher, we know parents play a key role in their child's education. So we take great pride in being able to serve our parents and entire community. We hope you have great takeaways from today's presentation. Have a great week of learning.
Thank you, Dr. Arredondo, who is a complete visionary. And what I understand, he's coming from Houston ISD, and he was the director of the Parental Engagement Program there. So we're blessed to have him. At PSJ, we have a vision. Every PSJ student is prepared to participate and compete and excel in a global society to foster multi-generational prosperity. So with every presentation that we give, virtual academies or anything like that, if I start a meeting, I will always start with a vision. But I do want to thank the people that are in our audience today. We know that you are a light. We know that you are very critical and that you have a big heart. We firmly believe that our parents, along with our staff members who are here today, we've got our parent educators watching, our clerks, our recruiters, we thank them because without their work, we wouldn't be where we're at. The mission is that as educational leaders, the PSJ team is engaged, empowered to connect all students with innovative instruction. We have outstanding facilities, technology skills, and social emotional support, while prioritizing health and safety for all. From an early childhood through chosen career, we are one PSJ family. Our theme for this year is that we want to inspire you. We want to build on our legacy of academic excellence, renowned college and career readiness, biliteracy, and extracurricular programs. We have multicultural heritage to ensure that every student has the experiences and resources necessary to achieve the highest levels of success. We have it in English and in Spanish. We have flyers, and we also always present it at our meetings. We developed this program to increase the number of parents that were engaged in their child's education. We have multiple strands in this program. It is a mission of the program that we wanted to develop powerful, strong relationships with family, school, and community partners. We have a lot of collaborative partners. We want to strengthen schools. We want to improve student achievement. We want to increase the opportunities for families to become actively engaged in their child's learning. So some of the things we did in our district is that all parents of current PSJIS students can participate in South Texas College program. They must volunteer a minimum of 10 hours through virtual activities. We designed this program regardless of home language or status. We offer ESL, GED English, Spanish, citizenship, entrepreneurship courses for parents, nutrition, Zumba, yoga, guitar, arts and crafts, sewing, you name it, we have it at PSJ. We serve about 3,000 parents per semester. Right now, we're at about 1,700 parents that go to school. But our superintendent had us in the beginning of the year meet with a team of teachers, a team of, like, for example, we have academic officers, and he firmly tells us you need to work as a district, and we have like a little strategic plan. So we develop goals, we develop action plans, and teachers had input and parents had input. So that really helped us a lot. This is a strategic plan we present, and then our goals at the family and community empowerment is super, super important in PSJ. We have leadership growth for all our leaders, all our staff, all our teachers, all our parent educators, all our clerks. We include them in the effective teaching and learning strand, our family and community empowerment strand, and then our student support. And of course, under that, we have action plans, and we're constantly changing and revising depending on what we're learning, because we're always learning new things. You know that in this job, we never stop learning. When we talk about student support, one of the things I really like is that about 2 years ago, we implemented a mental, emotional, social, physical support. It's called the Social Emotional Learning Team. We actually hired school psychologists. And so we are a connector. Like if we ever have a parent that has a child that doesn't want to go to school because of COVID, there's a fear, we connect them to those psychologists. We even have strategists. So that's really good. I do want to say that the second thing is the culture. It hasn't been easy. I've been working with my staff for 6 years. This is my 6th year in the program, former principal, former teacher in the district, 36 years working in the district. This is my 36th year. But I think culture is so important. We build a culture of trust. We're transparent. We also work very much with the staff development. And later on, I'll show you the book study that we're doing with principals and the activities that we do with our principals. So that has been really good. We have access, to student achievement data, attendance data, recruitment data. We have to be constantly studying data. But the best thing I think I really like is the positive district and campus climate because of what we have to offer and building those relationships with our parents. Like I said, we couldn't do it without the social emotional support team, the counselors. They have virtual academies, they have teams, we all like share a vision. And because we meet periodically as a district with team leaders and staff and parents, I think I feel really good about that piece. And you'll be able to see it in our videos today. What is our enrollment? Right now, we're at 29,543 students. Before COVID, we were at 32,000. Our LEP population in our district is 43.4%. Our at-risk population is 78%. Special needs is 9.6%, and economically disadvantaged is 91.8%. Also, from those 29,000, we have 29,257 that are Hispanic, 208 that are white, Asian American are 26, and African American are 39, and these are actual numbers. So you can see that the majority of our population is Hispanic. We have a lot of our parents that are immigrants and their children were born here, but they're immigrants. So we have to adapt and we have to always offer, I call it PSJ, the land of opportunity. We have to provide a lot of opportunities and you'll see what kind of opportunities we offer. As you all know, sometimes I'll go out of town and they say, where are you from? And I'll say the Rio Grande Valley. And they'll say, is that San Antonio? And I say, no. We're way south point of Texas. In fact, we are a 4-county region called the Valley. It's one of the fastest growing areas in the US. We have 2,300 colonias in Texas, but 1,451 are from the Rio Grande Valley. So you can see that we have adversities. We did start with, okay, so we don't have computers, we don't have internet. So what did we do? Our district gave every child a laptop. A new laptop if they needed it. We had inventories at each school. They would come pick them up beginning of the year. We have buses that are equipped with Wi-Fi. We have the city of Pharr who offered free internet services, especially to Las Milpas, which is probably like 76 miles to Mexico. And so you can see that we have a lot of poverty level. We have a lot of parents in need of jobs, in need of educational services. And that's why our ex-superintendent opened up these literacy schools in our area so that they can learn English and help their children with their homework. And we've had a lot of success stories with that. Where are we at? Well, like I said, we're unique because we're Pharr-San Juan-Alamo, 3 cities in one. And what's amazing is that one street divides the cities. Like right now, like one of the streets, like I'm in Pharr, and then across the street, you go to San Juan. You cross the street, you go in Alamo. So they're practically connected. Like I said, we're 8 miles from the border of Mexico right now. We're very close to the Reynosa. We can go to Progreso. So those are, that's how we're very close. We are part of Region 1, Education Service Center. A shout out to Region 1. We love, I know Gracie Avila from Region 1. She's amazing. We meet with directors and coordinators from the Valley. Rio Grande Valley. And she meets with us and we share ideas, and it's one of the best things that we do. We're doing virtual meetings, but we used to do live, and it was so good. And so I just want to give a credit to my colleagues that are here, because we share a lot of ideas through that, which that has been really good for us. We also have Pat from Laredo, and she's been instrumental for our program. She's one of the coordinators at Laredo, and we learned from her also as well. So like previously stated, these are 7 parent centers. So at Napper, it's a whole center open. It's one of our biggest centers. They can bring in, like, for example, 900 students in one semester. It's right now they're bringing in about 500, but usually before COVID was 900. Bowie, it's a full literacy center. And San Juan is kind of full, but it's partial. We serve 400 people there. And then Garcia, Chavez, and Ramirez, those 3 are, I call them kind of like, they're not standalones. They actually are part, the whole portable next to an elementary school. And we have Carnahan, that's our center that we're at. We have a training room. We created a training room for trainings for our parent educators and our clerks and our recruiters. We actually have there our main office, and then we have several classes with Region 1. So the difference is that Region 1 had a grant, and they give us 700, we give 700 students to them, but Region 1's grant is for district and non-district parents. So we'll have 400 district, 300 non-district, and they're allowed to go to our center for learning. The catch was, if we give in-kind and have security guards and custodians and have the buildings and facilities and air conditioning, they would give us certified teachers to teach ESL and GED in English. With South Texas College, that we have to pay about $144 per parent, which is a total of $100,000 per year, $50,000 per semester, about 360 students every semester. Before COVID, we were serving 650 per semester, 40-hour contracts, certified teachers, and you'll see they earn certificates, and it's really good with that. So what is unique about PSJA? Well, if you join our district, you earn up to 2 years of college free. Thanks to the partnerships with STC, UTRGV, the students can earn up to an associate's degree or 2 years of college free. I was very blessed. My son got 80 hours, about 45 hours transferred to Aggies. So I was able to save some college money. And believe me, I would always question, well, what's going to be the level, because they're in high school. And yes, it's college level. And anyone can join, special ed students, regular students, we offer it to everyone. Another thing unique about PSJ, we graduate bilingual and biliterate. So we have students in the dual language program, and we also opened up Chinese and Arabic at select schools. And they get a seal of approval in their diploma. And so it's really good. You get a job edge because you go through the biliteracy program and they're biliterate. And I've gone into classrooms where I say, well, they're so good in Spanish, go into English, and I don't tell the difference, both languages. We can participate in athletics and fine arts. We have an early childhood education program. We partner up with 54 daycares. And so we have teachers, certified teachers, going into those daycares to teach. So we have about 800 students in our early childhood education program. We also have a program with UTRGV, the local college, and they have a grant where we have, for 0 to 2 years old, we have a program too. That's called, like, we have Head Start and Early Head Start. And that one is in-house, and it's 2 babies to 1 teacher. And again, we follow the federal income guidelines. You have to be poverty level to join that program. We have the PTI, Pathways Toward Independence. We actually have a house across the street from Carnahan where students that are 18 years old, special needs, that are 19, 20, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, they can go there and they have opportunities to learn life skills, and then we connect them to workforce. And of course, our program, who has computer tech, welding, you name it, we offer it. And it's based on surveys and needs that we we'd speak to our parents about. So now Ms. Cardoza is going to do part 2. She's going to talk about how do we embed technology in our district? What do we do? What are some things? Because our parent educators wear many hats. They not only do, for example, work at a campus, they work for our district. If there's a COVID clinic, they'll go and put COVID testing. If there's recruiting, if there's events on Saturdays, evenings, there's markets, anything in the district to recruit outreach efforts, they're there. So Ms. Cardoza, part 2.
Thank you, Mrs. Garza. So we've always known that it takes a team, a partnership between the school and the home to raise and educate a child. This pandemic has reminded us of the importance that family engagement plays in the academic success of our students. So by supporting them and their entire family throughout their educational journey, together as a PSJ family, we want to ensure that they meet their highest potential. So how is it that we are able to build efficacy through technology, especially during the pandemic? And how has this taught us to reach out to our PSJ families in various ways? So what did we do? Our parent educators are a fundamental part of our department. They were assigned to pertaining campuses to reach out to those students that had not responded to our distance learning. So what questions were our parent educators asking when contacting our parents? So the questions that were addressed when contacting the parents were, do you not have an internet? Do you not have a computer or laptop? Are you not computer savvy? Do you need a homework package? Do you need to turn in that homework package? Do you need tutoring? Do you understand how to use ClassDojo? Do you understand how to use Google Classroom? Do you need to speak to a teacher? Do you need to speak to a counselor? Parent educators submitted all pertaining data and documentation to assigned principals. The principal in return would then assign the concern to the pertaining staff member to assist with the family with that particular concern. So another fundamental component of our program are our site managers. So during the pandemic, we wanted to find a way not just to involve our parents, but to engage them. So we wanted to make them feel that even though their children were not physically at the school, they were still part of our PSJ family. So we were used to seeing our centers packed with parents taking all different types of classes. And so we decided to implement life skills videos, video tutorials. So these videos, they would captivate videos that would actually captivate their attention. We wanted to hold off on the educational component just so that we could engage them. So site managers were assigned to develop virtual how-to DIY classes, and they also outreached the engagement of parents by requesting them to submit DIY videos. So the types of videos that they were submitting were how to make your own face mask. You know, that generated 11,249 views. To learn how to decorate a cake for Mother's Day, to learn to design your own earrings, how to make healthy oatmeal corn tortillas. Most of us were staying inside, so we needed to eat something healthy. You know, we couldn't go to the barber shop or we couldn't go to our hairdresser. So we needed to learn how to cut our own hair, you know, for a man or for a woman, you know, how to do our makeup, a wellness video, and how to make your own mocha iced coffee, how to organize your closet. So on our next video, you will see on how to learn to decorate for Mother's Day. We're all used to going out to the grocery store to purchase a cake for Mother's Day, but during this time, a lot of our families, they lost their employment or they had to stay on a budget. So one of our parent volunteers, Mrs. Gomez, submitted her DIY video on how to decorate a Mother's Day cake. So I'm gonna play that for a couple of minutes.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Sara Gámez. Yo soy instructora de pastelería en los centros de padres San Juan-Alamo y en Las Milpas. Hoy, en este día, tenemos un invitado especial que va a ser mi ayudante y trae un mensaje muy importante para todos ustedes. Adelante. Sí, que dice, quédate en casa. Ok, en esta ocasión tenemos...
Okay, speed it up a little bit. So here she is.
She's doing it in Spanish because most of our audience is Spanish, but she's really, really good.
Un borde a nuestro papel. De esta manera. Y otra vez.
So this is the final product.
Muchas gracias por habernos acompañado.
On our next video, you will see our parent educator, Miss Adriana Chavez, who submitted a DIY video on how to make healthy oatmeal corn tortillas.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Me da gusto saludarles por este medio. Soy la señora Adriana Chávez, educadora de padres de familia en el distrito de Pharr-San Juan-Alamo, en las escuelas Daniel Ramírez Elementary y Allen and William Arno Elementary. Vamos en esta ocasión a preparar unas deliciosas y nutritivas tortillas de avena, en la cual vamos a necesitar solamente pocos ingredientes. Los ingredientes que vamos a necesitar son avena, una taza de avena, un cuarto de agua que esté templada, sal al gusto y la clara de un huevo. Vamos a empezar por licuar muy bien la avena con un poco de sal al gusto. Luego vamos a pasar la avena, la clara de huevo y vamos a ir agregando poco a poco agua caliente, no muy caliente, en un recipiente hondo para estar mezclando todo bien y los ingredientes. Las manos muy bien lavadas, muy bien desinfectadas, empezamos a amasar la avena con la clara de huevo y el agua. Todo vamos a irlo amasando. Empezamos a golpear la harina, ya ven cómo está agarrando forma, ya no está tan pegajosa y la voy a dejar reposar en este plato por unos 5 minutos. Ya hacemos la bolita de nuestra masa. Precalentamos ya el comal y lo vamos a poner en la tortilla. Así es como han quedado estas deliciosas tortillas. Con una taza alcanzaron a salir 7 u 8 tortillas que quedaron deliciosas. Espero que les haya gustado esta receta. Como vieron, le pusimos sal para hacerlas, para comer con comida, pero también si no le agregan sal, la pueden hacer como postre poniéndole fruta preferida, como plátano, manzana y un poco de miel maple que los niños pueden comer como unos hotcakes nutritivos. Gracias por su atención. Dios les bendiga.
So here we had Miss Adriana.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
So another one of our videos was how to coat screws and nails.
Hello, PSJ family. Today, we will be coating screws and nails on drywall. These are the materials you will be needing. You may begin by pouring your joint compound and mixing thoroughly. In this example, I topped the nails with the joint compound using a 5-inch. And do your own home repairs. Don't be afraid to try.
During this time, our Literacy Center site managers were providing virtual classes on how to sew an apron, how to make gorditas de azúcar. The materials and ingredients would also be posted along with the flyer. So these classes were offered through our Google Meets. Once the parents were in Google Meets, an extension was downloaded that would generate and keep track of the parents when logging into the virtual class. Their names, telephone numbers, and login and log out time were also generated. In order to be able to offer all these classes virtually, our site managers also provided how to enroll into Google Classroom and Google Meets training sessions. They would offer this every day from Monday through Friday in the morning or in the evening. This is another class that they had on how to make a floral arrangement. So under Operation College Bound and Beyond Region 1 is able to offer GED test vouchers to our PSJ families through a grant as long as they meet certain guidelines. On this flyer, one of our site managers, Mrs. Noyola, set up an orientation session for our current PSJ GED students so that Region 1 could go over the requirements for them to qualify for this GED voucher. This is the application. Next, we have an invitation to our PSJ Family and Community Engagement Summer Enrichment Camp for parents. They needed to call and register ahead of time to reserve their virtual spot. All of these courses were conducted by Behavioral Health Solutions. And we also have different partnerships with BCFS, with Texas A&M Agriculture Extension Services. We had these classes connected through Adobe Connect, and all these classes were bilingual. And the best part of all of this is that they were absolutely free. And they did have to call and register ahead of time if they were able to do so. If not, they could just click on the link and they would instantly have access to all these classes. So these are the links that they used in order to connect. All these classes were held on Monday and Wednesday, 9:15 and at 2:15 p.m. They were bilingual classes, and the classes would range from 50 to 20 people in attendance. And I did visit a couple of these classes virtually last year, and they were very engaging. And the parents really appreciated, because during COVID, a lot of us were dealing with stress. We were dealing with a lot of different things, our entire community. So we just wanted to make sure that they could reach out to our district and we can give them a helping hand. So this nutrition class, we have a partnership with Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension Program. So this nutrition class was held through the Adobe Connect. Of course, these classes are also bilingual and they're free. The classes would range from 25 to 32 students. And when taking this course and completing it, they would receive a certificate of completion, which could lead them with possible employment at PSJ ISD with our child nutrition department. So our parents really appreciated this. Pharr-San Juan-Alamo ISD is joined in an effort with Texas A&M University in a research study about a texting program for parents of middle school students. So parents were invited to participate and enroll in this study. After enrolling in the Text for Teens program, they started receiving this text messages per week that included facts on tips on how to best guide their child's academic trajectory and how to best support their child's social emotional learning as they transition from middle school to high school. This in return will help us better serve our PSJ families, as well as provide any type of assistance to help them guide their children. So our Family and Community Engagement Department decided to recognize several parent and guardian volunteers who are humbly involved in our district with over 25 graduating baskets. We always have parent volunteers, so we thought about how is it that we can give back to our volunteers? They do so much for us. So we did select a we selected a senior, we selected a parent volunteer, and if they had a graduating senior, then we would administer a gift basket. And we're very grateful for all the support and involvement and engagement that our parent volunteers provide to our PSJ family. And next, you'll see some of our site managers, some of our parent educators distributing these gift baskets to the graduating seniors. Here you will see a video.
Más para acá, Alejandro. Más para acá. ¿Pueden salirse para acá, por favor?
Keep in mind that these are parent volunteers, either volunteer instructors or they volunteer in any capacity. And and this is their children that were selected. So by giving us, we give them back.
So on our previous slide, we spoke about students who were not responding to distance learning. So simultaneously, our parent educators were also inquiring on those students who were currently not registered in our system or showing that they did not re-enroll. After inquiring, they would enter this information on a shared drive Excel spreadsheet that I generated. And then these lists were then followed up by our community liaisons and recruiters. So our community engagement liaisons, which you will see on the bottom, they play an integral role in our department. They reach out to our local real estate agencies, to our libraries, to our chambers of commerce, to our different cities. With our real estate agencies, they provide a document with what are, the benefits of our attending the PSJ. It provides essential information that might interest their clients when making the decision to purchase the home. We're an open enrollment district, so they offer to answer any questions or help by guiding a potential or established client in making the best educational selection for their families by being part of our PSJ family. So here on the left top hand side, we have Ms. Laura Diaz, and we have our site manager, Ms. Claudia Cavazos, and they're providing exceptional customer service. They're helping out with recruitment, registration, and survey questions. And then we have our two recruiters, Mr. David Vadillo and Ms. Sylvia Vadillo. So the form you see on the screen is called a job form. We have a customer service email where parents can inquire about PSJA. So this electronic form gives us daily leads. These leads are then divided by our community liaisons. They generate questions such as re-enrollment, enrollment questions, concerns, positive notes, scheduling of tours pertaining to that particular school that that parent is wanting to enroll their child in. Our recruiters also conduct outreach and recruitment. They attend local events to recruit students. They also conduct neighborhood walks within our department. So one of our most valuable assets is our PSJ Engagement Program Facebook page. We have benefited tremendously by actively engaging in our page. Therefore, we can engage with our PSJ families. As a result of this, I study our Facebook page to be able to see what the needs of our PSJ families are. I assess our page to the needs of our families on our most viewed topics, our stories, our news, our events, our bulletins, our flyers, our classes, the presenters, their interest. If our just photo posts are generating a lot more views, are there certain hashtags that generate a bigger audience? Do they like the short post? Do they like long post? Do they like parent generated content? Do they engage more during our Facebook lives? Which topics generate a bigger audience? So we are tremendously supported by our communications department, and we thank them. They help out with flyers and to support us with the technical aspect of our PSJ Virtual Family Learning Academies. So what are the things I look for when I study who actually views our page? Do we have more females than males, watching our page? What is our age range? Which surrounding cities visit our page? Depending on the city, I start posting local city community events. We reach out to their chamber of commerce. We make sure that we attend and recruit at their city events or fairs or festivals or parades. I will also reshare posts of the elementary schools and that pertaining city. I hashtag our collaborative partners. I make sure that our food bank information is posted weekly, our social services information. Those posts generate a lot of likes and shares because those are the interests that our community have. So for our next virtual academy, we will be having a presenter on rental relief program funding, which is available for our entire community. So one of the other things that I do is that I analyze our virtual academy service survey data and see which schools have the most parents viewing us, which schools have the least amount of parents watching our Facebook Lives. I start posting more content from those particular schools to engage them. So I will also post information on workforce solutions, job openings, their hours of operations, if they want to attend a virtual job fair. So here you will see our Facebook page, and it's at PSJ Parental Engagement. You on the lower right-hand side, you will see our insights. And just within this last 28 days from January the 12th to February the 8th, we went up 502%. We've had 17,000 views, an outreach of 17,000. Our audience has been 3,500 for this month. So these are our insights. Our Facebook page reach 17,623. Our Facebook page visits within this month range is 1,016. And our new Facebook page likes is 79. So here you will see our insights, on the type of community who watches us. So we have women, 90% of the women in our cities watch us from the age range of 35 to 44. 10% of men watch us, also from the age of 35 to 44. So we start posting information that is relevant, to that age range, and we start targeting. Our top cities are the city of Pharr, the city of San Juan. I was amazed to see that we also have different countries watching us. We have Mexico, we have Fiji, we have Honduras, we have India, Nigeria, and we have the United Kingdom. Who would have thought, they would want to watch PSJ ISD Facebook page. So some of the things that we also post, we post meals on the go, our textbook distribution during COVID times, our connection and support, that they were the more important than ever during this time for them to be able to reach out to our counseling, to our wraparound specialist, our seniors. There was a spirit drive that was conducted. Everything was posted on our Facebook page. We would reshare information that was posted on our main PSJ ISD page. On the packet request forms, questions and concerns that our parents and our community have. Part of our social media marketing as well, PSJ has a PSJ Family and Podcast. It's a video and audio format that is cross-shared on social media platforms, and it's available in 8 platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And of course, PSJ Parental was also a presenter during this podcast. One way that we were also engaging our students during this time, a lot of us were ordering laptops. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to connect. So I found a way. I posted this online, and we got so many different views on this, on how to access Google Classroom with PS4. There was also information on how to access Google Classroom with the Xbox. There was absolutely no excuse, for someone not to be able to log in. During this time, 28 of our parents received Dell laptops through courses through our PSJ ISD Family and Community Engagement. They were awarded these laptops through Region 1 during a special ceremony that was held on June 23rd. So these laptops were available to our parents who completed their GED this past spring and who plan to continue taking continuing education courses through our department. And one of our parents, Mr. Rolando Gomez, said that it's an honor to be able to take advantage of these classes and the opportunities that we have. Receiving this laptop was a big help to him and his family because they did not have the means to purchase a computer. So all these programs are offered in partnership with our numerous community partnerships, including South Texas College, Region 1, Texas A&M, Behavioral Health Solutions. So 119 of our buses were equipped with Wi-Fi and were placed throughout our Tri-City community to serve students without internet access. So early in May of last year, the Psja ISD School Board of Trustees approved $808,000 in funding to purchase computers for students and equip buses with Wi-Fi. The district equipped the buses with broadband connectivity to create Wi-Fi hotspots that could easily be deployed to targeted areas lacking internet access. So it provided internet access up to a quarter-of-a-mile radius from where they were parked. So you will see a short video on this.
Yesterday is committed to providing the resources that our students need for teaching and learning to take place.
We're installing our Connect Ed bus solution. What this solution does is it provides Wi-Fi on the bus. So during regular school year, the students will be able to access the Wi-Fi while they're traveling to and from school and to sporting events and field trips and things like that, and do their homework.
We are equipping 119 of our buses with long-range Wi-Fi. I believe this can service at least up to a quarter mile.
During COVID-19, it's an incredible solution because it's cost effective and it allows the school district to park the bus in a neighborhood and provide Wi-Fi to their students.
We did a survey just to find out exactly where, which households did not have internet access. And based on those survey results, we created heat maps, which basically identified these voids that exist out in the district.
So it's really a very simple installation. It includes a router, it includes a modem, it includes an antenna. One of the really awesome things about this particular router that we're putting in here is that the modem that is inside of it is completely removable. That's important for the district because as new technology comes out, as 5G becomes more of a reality and an affordable cost, we will be able to come in, quickly upgrade this by removing that modem and replacing it with a new 5G for a couple $100s, not thousands of dollars to replace and upgrade the technology. The students are going to log in and
So to locate a Psja Wi-Fi bus near you, you would just visit psjisd.us/Wi-Fi, and the network name is Psja-BUS.
Yesterday.
So here we see Dr. Arredondo at our local housing community, welcoming our Psja students back to our campus.
Today was an opportunity for us to be able to take time to listen and see what our students are experiencing on their first day back. Good morning. How are y'all doing today? Y'all ready for school? Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and let y'all get on the bus. We're very enthusiastic to be able to see the energy, the compassion that our employees are able to provide our students as we welcome them to the year 2022. It just warms my heart to see so many of our parents drop their kids off today. It just reminds me of how important it is for our students to be here. Gracias por el apoyo que nos están dando para nuestros niños. We've learned a lot over the last year. We know that social distancing is very, very important. We know that wearing a mask and being up to date on your vaccines is important. And so now we want to continue to remind everyone of those extra protections that we have, follow those guidelines. But we have to continue to move forward so they can continue to socially and emotionally develop the way we know this generation thinks.
Thank you, Ms. Cardoza, for that awesome presentation. It's all about culture. At Psja, we have the support. We have all of these flyers are developed with our ideas. However, we do have like people in the district. We're under the communications department. My advisor meets with me every Tuesday morning on our weekly goals. We have also creators, for example, graphic designers that work with us. We have people that they work with us so that we can get everything done, because you and I know we cannot do this by ourselves. So we have people in the communication department that practice with us for our virtual academies, and that's coming up next because that's one of the things we're really proud of. So as you can see, we are connected. We have a Facebook page, and then we connect. Every school has a web page in our district. We even have PR people that get a stipend in every campus. They're the public relations people, and then we have connection with them also. So it's about connections, it's about culture. One of the things we're really proud of is our master schedule. Whenever we used to have literacy courses in the past, I used to get stacks and stacks of paper of all these registration sheets and all this, and it became really, really a lot of work. So a couple of years ago, I sat down with a team at PSJ because we also have computer specialists, people that meet with us, and we developed a master schedule. Our parents go online and they see the available classes. They are designated a password with an A number, and we go ahead and have them. We know which parents are attending our classes and which parents have children in the district, which ones are employees in the district, custodians, substitutes that are attending our classes. So this is really good. We ask them for their email. Of course, they have an email in the district and a password because they have their page where they look for grades and attendance. And then they develop this account. It's just they're using their same email, their same password. We develop an account for us in our page. So we're able to see data and present so that they ask them, are you a current employee? Are you retired? Do you have children in the district? If they do, they go automatically to South Texas College courses where we pay. If they don't, we offer them Region 1 courses, because in our buildings, we have Region 1 classes, STC classes, and then classes by our volunteers. Some of you were asking, what do we do? Like those videos that were presented, I noticed in the chat, you were asking questions. It's a combination. We have volunteer instructors that are with us, our parent educators, our site managers. Those are the people that were developing the videos, because what we want to do in our district is build capacity. We want them to be busy. We want them to learn leadership skills. So that was there. All kinds of people are on there. This is our master schedule. We're able to see the courses offered, full year, half year, when they start, the days are available. So our parents can register, and then we have them on a recruitment list. Our site managers study those lists, and then we recruit them, give them a phone call, and tell them to come to orientation, assessment, or join our courses. We're very proud that in our program, we have 60 volunteer instructors. COVID or none, we had the same number. We had 60 before and 60 last year during COVID. And again, some of you asked, do they prefer virtual meetings? Virtual, but a lot of them, they like live. Live because some of the parents are saying they learn more when it's live. And when we have live meetings, they love it. We give all the time. We actually donate from community. They donate prices. We have meals, lunch, breakfast, or snacks, coffee, whatever it be, pan dulce. So we're always very giving. We even have baggies, candy bags for them to take. So they love our live meetings. So we don't have trouble getting people into our programs. This is still continuing the master schedule. You can go into our PSJ Facebook page, because PSJ has a Facebook, and then we do parental. You go under parents and they register for the classes. They get to see what's going on, and we'll tell them the start date and the end date. Just like a regular school has a master schedule, we developed it. Mm-hmm.
Just as a reminder, we did have 2,093 individuals participating through our virtual classes.
Mm-hmm. This is a registration form to join South Texas College. This is where we give them an ID. Also, South Texas College gives them an ID so they can go to the library, computer labs for free, and it's neat. It's for everything's for free. One of the questions says, what platform do we use? We actually have a registration link that Olga developed, Ms. Cardoza, and they registered through there. And we ask them survey questions. What do you want to see? Does the child need tutoring? So we never left them. Even though COVID came in, because of technology, we never left them. This is the kind of certificates that they get. This is a real estate finance course. And this is a kind of certificate. Core syllabus from South Texas College. And our graduation ceremony from last year, we graduated. Very proud of this accomplishment. We had never graduated 60 students. 60 completed their GED in our program. We had a graduation ceremony, and now some of them are going to college. I just got word this week that 2 of our students are on the dean's list in college and their parents. That's like a milestone for us. This is a graduating class, big ceremony, our superintendent. This was in May. We had never had 60. Our number was 22 per year. Why? Because we offered virtual and non-virtual instruction. And now you're going to hear from Rolando Gomez. He's a product of our program.
Good morning, everybody. Congratulations to all the graduates. You did it. Great job. I'd like to thank God for giving us the opportunity to be here, to opening the doors for all of us, for the Mr. Vadillo, for Ms. Medina, for the teachers, everybody putting their little grain of sand for us to be here at this moment to enjoy it with our families. I was given the opportunity by Mr. Vadillo to enter the classes, and the only classes they had was in Spanish. So I was like, my language is English, right? So I took it as a challenge, and I said, you know what? I can do it. And just like I can do it, a lot of you can do it. And I took the classes in English, the test in English, and I passed them all. And thank the teachers, they do an excellent job. They do an excellent job. And the people from the center are always encouraging you. And that's what helped us the most. And they're always there for you. And you need something, call us, let us know. And the Region 1 for the vouchers, many people don't take these tests because they're expensive, or those vouchers help a lot. And a lot of, if you guys don't know it, they do help a lot. And that's one thing that I'm thankful for, because I was always, it's too much money, or right now in the pandemic, and we don't have the resources. So that's something big. Also, the families, it's not just something we accomplished, but it's something you guys helped us accomplish. So thank you for all the families, everybody that put in their grain of sand. Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
His job was asking him for a GED, and we had it in English, but he felt really comfortable with that site manager, so he did really well. We also have the INEA. We work with the Instituto Nacional para la Educación de los Adultos, Mexican Consulate. We have parents in Las Milpas who they didn't complete their schooling in Mexico. We offer them that, and then we offer them to get into our ESL classes. And we offer them also checks, $250 check for going to those classes. So as you can see, we partner up with any grant there is, anything that's free, we get a hold of, so that our parents will have collaboration program. And these are some of our graduates in the INEA program, and then they go ahead and transition into our ESL or GD Spanish program. Our parent volunteers, notice, we have Adelita Munoz. She's actually an SCC instructor. She's decided to do family counseling. Dr. Noyola, he's a Spanish GD instructor. Well, he actually works for the district. But what I want to let you know is that some site managers also volunteer to teach because they love to teach, and they don't have their degree yet, but they want to teach and help the community. So that's another way of giving back. So what is the catch? How do we get our volunteers aboard? I know one district asked me in one of the conferences, what do? We let them know, we're giving you free education. Can you give us volunteer card services? Can you go to your campus, your child's campus, and volunteer? Or can you give us, what is a trade? And so some people were saying, well, I know how to sew. I know how to do arts and crafts, and we get them as volunteer. And by the way, they only need 10 hours, but they end up giving us 60, 80 hours a year because they really enjoy working in our program. So that's how we get them to volunteer, by telling them they have to do that, and it's mandatory. And we get a lot of our volunteer instructors. And when they're not instructors, we allow them to, because some of the parents we found out, they don't learn without experiencing. So a lot of our parents actually go to the school and find out they like it. They're scared. They have a fear of going to campus. So this allows them to go and try it, and then they end up liking it and staying there as a volunteer at the campus. The part 4, another thing we're really proud of is our virtual family learning academies. We started this like 2020, right after COVID, boom. Superintendent says, what can you do with families? We developed the flyers with the communications department. We have different topics, help us, testing strategies, dealing with anxiety, immigration. And we go online every Tuesday evening, every other week. It used to be every week at 6 p.m. in English, 6:30 in Spanish. And we're going to show you one of our academies, a little bit of it. This is a Title I fall meeting. Again, I did it general, but then the campuses also did another one. It's not just me. I decided, you know what, we're going through COVID. Let me do the Title I meeting holistically. And this is what we did. And I used TA's PowerPoint.
Good evening, PSJ family. I'm Norma Garza. I'm the Family and Community Engagement Director. And I want to thank you for joining us tonight to our very first virtual family learning academy for the year. It is our vision for every PSJ student to be prepared to participate, compete, and excel in a global society to foster multi-generational prosperity. Welcome, parents. Welcome back to this year. This year, we're going to continue to have our virtual family learning academies going at second and fourth Tuesday of the month, where we will have various topics. Today, we wanted to start with a general topic on Title I.
So here we have title.
I did the English, I did the Spanish, and we had a great turnout. It was the beginning of the year. I wanted to start strong with Title I, so purposely we do that.
Coordinadora de participación familiar y la comunidad del distrito. Y les damos la bienvenida y las
That's the Spanish version.
This is our sign-in sheet that we have virtual in our chat box. Not only are we answering questions, we have a moderator, but this is a link and we have a little survey and all the different, they check off the topic for that night. And believe me, when we don't have the link, for some reason, the parents are, where's the link? Where's the link? They want to get credit for being there, for their campus. And these are all the different topics that we presented. Then we're able to see what campuses had the most, which parent educators are inviting, which ones are following through and stuff like that, our attendance sign-in form. So we have data and accountability for each thing we're doing. And these are some of the topics. This is like a data dashboard. District has dashboards for everything, so do we in our program, because we firmly believe in accountability. And just in case they ever audit us, we're able to show these strands.
And one of the perks is that we're not just engaging, we're not just having parents watch us. We were surprised to find out that we actually have students, from our district watching us. So we had 1,986 parents viewing us, and we had 264 students, which our topics, they're interested in our topics. So that was very good to know. So we had 216 responses on what other topics would they like for us to host. Go ahead.
And as you can see, we have, this is where the students came from, what schools, and we're able to see, who's inviting. Like Palmer had 167, Bowie Parent Center, 129 parents that joined us for a particular session. And these are the topics they wanted to see. So when they put special education, anything classes for the centers, that's what we aimed at. And that's what we try to do. Whatever that they need and whatever time they want them at. You're able to see here also the people that reached us on our parental page, 4,200, the 3-second video. So we have a lot of people joining us. This is one of the assistant principals that he did testing strategies and tips. So we don't only do the social component, we do the academic components. We're getting to, I guess, meet a lot of people from our districts. He was doing a district benchmark.
I will also be able to answer some questions towards the end of the presentation. So again, thank you very much for allowing us to go into your homes, and I really appreciate your time. So let's begin. So again, this is the PSJ district benchmark testing, the all you need to know presentation for you. So let's discuss what we're going to talk about today. So in today's discussion, we have a few key topics here.
These are the invites. This is another one. College readiness team. Academics. We have it in the evening, and we invite personal phone calls.
Family. Welcome to our PSJ Virtual Family Learning Academy tonight.
So we have a team of college preparation specialists, our financial aid officers, and they assist our seniors, like you mentioned, at the high school. Our financial aid officers provide our students with the necessary information and assistance that they need to reach that, their post-secondary goals. They each have a goal center, which is set up similar to that of a college admissions or financial aid office. A goal center, we have the definition right here. It's a local center of energy and effort that focuses on creating a school-wide college-going culture and promoting college awareness in the surrounding communities. Since the pandemic, we have gone virtual, and our financial aid officers, have virtual goal centers in which we post important information, important deadlines. They also have social media pages.
So Ms. Cardoza, we can go a little bit faster. It's 11:29 a.m. this morning, and I want to make sure our, everything. We have a counseling department, like I told you before. We're very close to them also, so that we can connect them to counselors if our parents need counseling. And one of our challenges is, for the first time ever, we're having our Mesa Comunitaria virtual mini conference. About 200 people will join us, where students and parents will present on what has been the impact on being in our programs like dual credit, dual language, Mexican American studies, and adult education classes. We're having that on March the 4th. It'll be virtual. Everybody is invited from our community or anyone else. And look what we have. We have raffles at the end where they pick up their prizes and a registration link. Our staff will invite one-on-one with designated scripts. They will invite the communities. One of the things we're also proud of, we have a parent educator site manager walkthrough form, and we walk through their campus, and whatever they need, we can help them with this. We bond with them by talking to them. We don't have it in our laptop yet, technology based, but we're working toward that. Our first book, COVID, Beyond the Bake Sale. Our superintendent purchased books for all of us. We did the study. We did a book study on that. Again, we've done work with Karen Mapp out of Harvard. I did her work about 7 years ago, and then we presented to our staff last year. This year, we're doing a principal book study on 101 real family engagement ways. Stephen Constantino's book, we're doing that with principals this year, so that they can prioritize family engagement and also get ideas like, we no longer want to say PSJ parents, we'll say good evening PSJ families, even in our memos. We also learned about having a lot of cultural bulletin boards in our schools. We learned a lot of strategies through there, and we're learning, our principals are getting more engaged with us and bonding and prioritizing family engagement due to this book study. We just want to end our presentation. In this work, you have to have passion. You have to have heart. You have to be kind to people, because our parents are our #1 resource. To me, I grew up with a parent that my father, he died in 1994, and I want to dedicate this presentation to him, because he would take me at the age of 12 to a Southern Frozen Foods in Alamo, and I would join adults, and he would have me sell bread. But that wasn't the important thing to me. It was a relationship I started to build at a very early age with parents. So kindness enables people to let down their guard, to emotionally connect with their colleagues, driving innovation and productivity. We offer business perks. We have perks for our department, for all our staff, and for anytime we work with principals also as well. And we want to end it with this.
Here at Parental, we
Kindness Week at PSJ. We brought in our staff members and they did kindness activity. On behalf of our superintendent, Dr. Jorge Redondo, and our school board members, we'd like to thank you for being in our presentation. Like I said, we're willing to help anyone that needs. You can even come into our school district whenever you'd like. But again, thank you for being in our presentation this morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Norma and Olga. It was just a great presentation, lots of ideas that you guys were able to share. Everybody, I'd just like for you guys to give them a round of applause. They did a great job for us this morning. I do have a few questions that were in the chat, so I was going to go ahead and ask those of you ladies right now. The first one is, how do you include your non-Spanish speakers to be able to utilize the videos that you create?
What we do, like with the recipe one, we offered the recipe, but not only that, we go ahead and have like translators. Like we have our own department I have like a translation team. Since in our department, we have a lot of, I guess, staff members that are excellent in both languages. So we have our own little translators, but then also if you notice, we variate our videos. Some are in Spanish and some are in English.
And every content that I post on Facebook, I always post it in both languages. All the time. Everything that is posted is targeted for our bilingual community.
Okay. The next one I have is in the videos that you were showing, this is when they posted this chat question, are all the presenters parent liaisons or are some just volunteers from the community?
We want to build capacity, so we have presenters that are some from the district employees, like for example, our wellness counselor, our communication specialist. We try to get people that know knowledge and expertise, but then in those videos that you saw, I call them the fun videos because they're fun. We use people that are our own employees, because what we want from our own employees is for them to build capacity and build leadership qualities and communication qualities. And it's taken us 6 good years. Some of those staff members have been with us for 6 years. And they're the ones that present. They're the one, we delegate that role of coming up with a video, presenting it to the video, and then we reflect on those pieces.
Okay, the next one, and it's still with the videos. Those were apparently a really big hit with our attendees today. So the next one is, what were the videos recorded by? And I'm not sure if they mean, like, are you doing them on Facebook? Are you using, as far as the platform, or are you using like special cameras, an iPad, something like that, and then shown? So
that is a great question. I think Ms. Cardoza can answer it, but like I told you, we are part of the communications team. The communications director is my advisor, and then I have an academic officer that's my boss. But what we do is we work with them, and a lot of those videos were recorded by them. But then Ms. Cardoza is going to tell you what are some platforms that we use for those videos.
For our PSJ Virtual Family Learning Academy, we actually use BeLive. And with that, we connect live through our Facebook page. For our videos, for example, our cake decorating videos, here's your cell phone, this is our camera. This is the way for our parents to reach out to our community. We have a lot of parents with a lot of different qualities, with a lot of different skills. They come from a lot of different backgrounds. So our parent educators, our site managers reach out to those parents and they have them come up with videos so that they can share with our community. So they love being engaged. And we thank our PSJ, we thank our parent educators and our site managers for their tremendous amount of work. They're such an integral part of our department.
Awesome. And,
they said it's BeLive, Matt. They were asking, is it BeLive? It's BeLive PSJ parental page. We're live, like we go live. We're not afraid to answer questions right there and then in the chat. We have that transparent connection, but we've known a lot of these parents for years also, a lot of the families here at PSJ, so that helps us a lot. Mhm.
And so trust is key to developing our relationships with our families. And if there's a question, when we're live, so if they ask us a question and we don't know the answer to that, then we will get back to them. We will get back to them.
Okay. Let's see, the next one I have is, what platform do you use for your families to register for your sessions?
Ms. Cardoza, she created the registration link. Mhm.
Oh.
Okay. So is there
Yes.
a specific platform like a Google Doc or?
It's through Google Forms, to Microsoft Google Forms.
Okay.
It's through there. I mean, anybody, if you have any questions on it, please call me and I will be able to help you with that.
Okay.
I'm very data driven. I love data. So I love surveys and I want to know, who we're reaching out to, how it is that we can engage our families even more.
The last one I have was, can you provide a sample of some of the sign-up sheets and the surveys that you use to track attendance and to collect the data?
Yes, we'll provide the samples. We'll do that and we can even put them in their PFE. And I was gonna say, Matthew, all of this is ideas from our superintendent. He guides our work. When he first told me, you're gonna do a book study, I was like, what? Several book studies. He wants it a lot based on research, but he once told me this, and I just wanna end with this with our staff that's here today. He said, compliance and Title I should be minimum. Everything else is extra, and you need to focus on the extra. With that, he said it all. He said, don't just dwell on the compliance and the Title I forms and audit and all that. He goes, go beyond. And so that's what our department's vision is. We go beyond that because he has high expectations for our department. And I credit him a lot for a lot of these ideas were stemmed from him. And then we branch them out.
That's excellent. And he's right that compliance is that checklist of the minimum that we have to meet in order to get the requirements for the federal guidelines to accept this funding. But it's those things that go above and beyond that create the relationships and trust with parents to where they will participate in a lot of the great things that you guys are doing. So again, thank you so much for everything that you shared with us today. We had another question just popped in. How are the continuing ed courses paid at the college after parents put in their 10 volunteer hours? Is it through a grant?
So the 10 volunteer hours are separate because those are volunteer hours just at PSJ. Once they graduate with their GED, they're basically on their own, but we do connect them to the college. And I just found out this past month that a lot of our students are going over there and getting grants. There's a lot of financial money for immigrants and non-immigrants. And like, I just had a conversation on Monday with a parent that said, did you know, Ms. Garza, that I'm an immigrant, but I'm getting $1,700 a semester through a grant. I'm at STC. And even if I had money left over, they sent it to me. And I was like, wow. So the local college here is offering them grants to continue their education, which our next job that we have been given by our superintendent is to study all our graduates and see where they ended up. If they ended up getting a job because of our program, if they ended up staying at home taking care of children. So that's like our next action plan that we have in our notes to study the data with those parents.